Curious how a game can combine crafting, running a shop, and deck building battles? What if I told you there's a game that lets you do all that, while also managing relationships and making key decisions under pressure? In Potionomics, you're not just brewing potions. You're negotiating with customers, building relationships, and competing to be the best potion maker in town. But is it all fun and smooth sailing? In this video, I'll dive into what makes Potionomics such a unique and challenging experience. And I'll also talk about a few areas that could be even better. By the end, you'll know if this magical management sim is your style. Let's get right into it. In Potionomics, you play as Sylvia, a young witch who suddenly inherits her uncle's potion shop after he passes away. Sounds fun, right? Except there's a massive debt hanging over your head. And if you don't pay it off, your shop is doomed. And I just love the comedic tension. I know it doesn't sound like a good start, but I love how the game presents it. It's a very real problem that Sylvia has to overcome, and I like that moving forward is the best course of action. The plot readily presents itself to you. How you'll pay off the debt, and what you need to do to attain that. Now you've got to run the shop, brew potions, and sell them to customers, all while competing against other potion makers. The game is set in Rafta, a magical place where adventure and mystery are everywhere. As you play, you'll meet all kinds of characters, each with their own stories and goals, making Rafta feel alive and immersive. I really enjoy the pacing and episodic feel of the story. It helps me with a good stopping point. That said, my favorite part will be the overarching plot and the subtle hints scattered throughout the story. I'm not gonna lie, the plot twist kept me on the edge of my seat all throughout the reveal until the resolution. Moving on to the gameplay mechanics. Potionomics is a mix of potion making, managing your shop, and haggling with customers using a card-based battle system. All in one simulation game. Yes, I consider this a sim game, mainly because of how you get to decide what to do on any given day. Each decision or action will cost different time slots depending on the action, and there's just so many things you can do in the game. One is that you have to find the right ingredients to brew potions, and as the game goes on, it will get more challenging to make more complicated potions that meet customer needs. You'll also have to deal with time limits and some tricky choices, so it's not always as easy as it seems. That said, one of the coolest parts of the gameplay is haggling. It's kind of like battling customers using a deck of cards to boost prices. I admit the deck building is pretty intimidating for me, but the game makes it pretty easy. Maybe because how you collect the cards is right up my alley. As you increase your friendship with the characters, you'll unlock new cards that improve your deck. While the time limit can stress you out at first, you get the hang of it as you play. The game is designed to keep you on your toes, but once you figure out how it works, it's super satisfying. In line with brewing and selling potions, the game has a lot of ways for you to acquire better and rarer ingredients. As you go through the game, you will unlock more gameplay like gardening, hiring an adventurer, investing in the guild, and a lot more. Some of these aren't as straightforward as it seems. Aside from the ingredient shop, hiring an adventurer is the earliest that you can unlock. And from the name, you get to hire an adventurer to explore certain locations in search of ingredients. My favorite part is that your potions also come into play. You can equip them with your potions that can help them get farther and get better ingredients. You'll meet more adventurers as you go through the story, each of which have their strengths and weaknesses. The characters in Potionomics are what make the game super fun and very memorable for me. Sylvia, the main character, is pretty chill, which makes her relatable compared to some of the crazier people she goes up against. Every character you'll meet has a unique personality, and they aren't just background noise. As you get to know them, they help you with skills that make running the shop easier. You can even date some of them, which adds a whole extra layer to the game. This romantic angle of the game is definitely one of my favorites, though it takes time to fully develop these feelings. I like how funny and charming the characters are. You laugh at the dialogue and enjoy watching how each character grows throughout the game. If you do get together with someone, there will be subtle changes in their dialogues. The only downside is that a few characters show up pretty late in the game, so it's a challenge to get to know them before the game ends, but still doable in my experience. Still, the characters are a major highlight that keep the story interesting. The visuals in Potionomics are bright and fun, with every character and potion shop item designed to catch your eye. The animations are smooth, making everything from potion brewing to customer interactions enjoyable to watch. You can also customize your shop with different decorations, which doesn't just look cool but also helps you sell potions for more money. I do, however, feel like the game ended too soon, not giving me enough time to fully explore all the shop upgrades. But overall, the visuals create a colorful, magical vibe that makes the game world feel alive. The soundtrack in Potionomics fits the game perfectly, with a mix of calming and upbeat music that changes depending on what's happening. I love how each character has their own background music that matches their personality. And the sound effects, like the bubbling potions or clinking coins, make the shop feel real. Not to mention, the voice acting adds a lot of personality to the characters, and it just makes the narrative much more immersive. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit that like button. What makes Potionomics stand out is how it blends different types of gameplay. It's a mix of potion crafting, managing a shop, and deck building, with a bit of dating sim on the side. The haggling system, where you use cards to battle customers, is quite a fun twist. For me, that makes every sale feel like a mini strategy game. Plus, the relationships you build with NPCs have real effects on how you play, which keeps things interesting. Potionomics is perfect for players who like a bit of a challenge, enjoy strategy, and love character-driven stories. It's not the coziest, most stress-free game. There are time limits and tricky decisions, but if you're up for just getting the hang of it, it's incredibly fun. The combination of crafting, deck building, and making friends, or dating them, makes this game really unique in my opinion. Whether you're in it for the potion brewing or the hilarious characters, Potionomics is an experience you won't forget. In a similar vein to Magic and Fairy Tales, in this next game, you'll build and grow your village into a kingdom, find your prince or princess, and live happily ever after. But is it all rainbows and butterflies? Well, in this video, I'll be sharing what I loved about Fabledom, along with some areas that could use a bit of polish. See you there, and stay awesome, gamers!